Hello there, and welcome to How to Go from Confused to Purpose Driven. I am your host and coordinator and presenter. My name is Shadana Miranda, and I am a transformational coach. I help women build confidence, I help elevate their style, and I help them walk in their purpose and become thought leaders in the world. So I've decided to record this free masterclass to teach you really tips about how to live a more fulfilling life. And the title of it is From Confused to Purpose Driven because I was very confused at one point in my life, but I took action steps to become more purpose driven and live more fulfilling. So I am pre recording this session so that it can get to the masses of people and that more people can see it. I'm excited to have you, and I'm going to get started. So let me share my screen or share my materials, pull my presentation up. So here we are, the 3 keys to living a more successful life. And once again, like I said, I'm your host, Shadana Miranda. So let's move along. So who am I? Who is this girl and what qualifies me to talk about living a more successful life, right? I am a transformational coach, something that I mentioned in the beginning. I am an author, an entrepreneur, a fashion designer, world traveler, and I love traveling abroad. And most importantly, I am a woman of God. And these are all things that I take seriously and that I care about and are passionate about. So let's talk about the first key. What's the first key to living a more purpose driven life? It's really about having a clear vision, right? This is something that sounds so simple, but it's not. So you have to see the vision with your eyes. And what I mean by that, what would you like to do? What are your passions? So maybe your passion is what? Fashion design. You want to be a fashion designer, but maybe you're working in the healthcare field right now, but you're not really happy because you really like to get into the arts. So, how do you see the vision and make it come to life? So, let's talk about the first thing. What do you need to do when you see the vision? You decided that you want to be a fashion designer. So you start taking those necessary steps to get there. So maybe that looks like taking classes at a university or a community college in fashion design. Maybe that looks like watching more YouTube videos, YouTube University, they call it. Maybe that looks like becoming an expert in your subject matter, reading more blogs, learning more about fashion design, developing your skills if you're a beginner or if you already know about fashion design, just really becoming an expert like I talked about. So you see the vision, you want to get out of this healthcare field, whatever field you're in, and then you want to start pursuing your passion. Say it's fashion, right? And so you see that and you start taking those necessary steps. You have to take action, right? You have to put the work in to make your vision come true. Another thing you may want to do if you're into fashion is maybe you take a trip to New York and tour the fashion district. Maybe you attend a fashion show in Paris, something that's going to help you um, develop a skill or give you the expertise or give you the knowledge so that way when you decide to step into the fashion industry, you will know what to do. So I will tell you a little story about myself. I was working for the city of Houston and I um, was really getting compliments about what I was wearing. It was my first job, like right after college, and everybody would compliment me. And I was like, "Ooh, I think I'm on to the fashion industry. I think I could start a career just because I was dressing really cute." So I decided that I wanted to start an online boutique. The online businesses were booming, and I was like, I could do this. I can work full time, and then I can do my online boutique. So I decided to launch an online boutique prematurely. Not much background in fashion, wasn't reading no books, wasn't doing anything. 6 months after I decided to do that, I quit my job prematurely. I had did a little research, but not enough. I started attending trade shows. However, I quit my job 6 months later and I started that business prematurely. I had a little money saved up and then I asked my dad for an investment. So I took the money I had saved up, got the money I had from my dad, and ended up going out of business, guys. That money ran out really, really fast. And so I had to rush and find a full-time job again because I went broke. So what I'm saying is I seen the vision, but I didn't really have a clear vision as to what I want to do. I just had the faith of a mustard seed and I was just real confident about it. So give yourself a timeline as to when you can accomplish these things. That can be 60 days, 90 days, 1 year, 3 year, 5 years, but give yourself a timeline because when you put a date on it, you're more likely to get it accomplished. How many times we say, oh, I'm going to register for that class in the fall. And then not April, I'm sorry, but the fall comes like August or September, and then you don't register for the class. You may say, oh, I'm going to go to the post office and mail this out next week. Then next week come, oh, I forgot to mail it out. Whatever it is, you always have to put a date on it because when you put a date on it, you're holding yourself accountable. And when you do that, you won't get lost in the planning. Without a timeline, you can get lost as to what you need to do, right? So give yourself an official timeline. Now, let me tell you another short little story. Fast forward from the city of Houston story. 1 year ago, about a year and a half ago from today, I quit my job. I was working full time at a university as a study abroad advisor, helping college students go abroad. I went abroad a lot when I was in college. And I had the vision. I had the vision again of getting back into the fashion industry. And so I say, okay, this time I got to make it work. So what did I do? I started taking some classes at a university. I took some online classes in fashion design. I was started to learn how to sketch more. I worked one-on-one with a fashion designer. I read a lot of books. And I was doing that while I was working my full-time job. And what I did was after about a year and a half, a few years, I was like, let me give myself a timeline. So I put a date as to when I was going to quit my job, when I felt like I was ready. So when I think back to that day, when the day came, I quit my job and I have not looked back since. I have not regretted it. I have not wanted to go back to full-time work and the Lord has really blessed me. So I just want to encourage you and tell you that having a date is so important. Like it's very important for a timeline. So make sure you have that date and get it done. Let's see what's next. Accountability partner. I cannot tell you how important this is. It seems so simple, but it's not. You need a friend, a mentor, a colleague, a coach, someone who can hold you accountable. Without a accountability partner, is no clear timeline as to you doing what you want to do. An accountability partner holds your hand. They guide you. You need that person with you along the way to guide you and to hold you accountable. Aforementioned in my last slide, I was saying how many times we said we want to do something, you want to sign up for that class when the summer or the fall comes, and then that season come and you never do it. But if you have that mentor, that accountability partner, say, hey, don't forget you need to sign up for those classes at that community college. Don't forget you need to buy that book off Amazon because you need to do more research in your fashion industry or your cooking industry or your architecture industry. It's so important. And what you can do is you can meet up with this person virtually, right? You can meet up with them via Zoom, Google Meet, however you want to do it bi-weekly. When I have an accountability partner, we meet bi-weekly virtually. And then I've also had accountability partners that I have worked with in the same city as me. And so that's even better if you have somebody in the same city as you meet up with that person at a local coffee shop, Starbucks, your favorite coffee shop near your house, or meet somewhere in the middle. Meet at a library, do something, but meet up so this person can hold you accountable and then you can hold them accountable. Not only is it about accountability, you can bounce ideas off of each other. Sometimes when we have stuff going on or we're entrepreneurs, we're always in our head. We're always overthinking it, right? But if we have that accountability partner who can we can brainstorm with, it's like, oh no, girl, you really don't need to do that, but you can do this. It's not that serious. Maybe try this. Have you thought about that? So accountability partners are so important. I personally myself have an accountability partner. I've been having an accountability partner, I would say, for the past 6 years. I'm not over exaggerating. Every 6 months to a year, I try to give me a new accountability partner because I need those people around me. I need to be surrounded by like-minded people. I can tell you when I didn't have an accountability partner, it brings me into anxiety, many stages of depression, stress. Like I'm just always in my head. I feel stuck. I feel stagnant. Like, Lord, what am I going to do? But when I have that accountability partner, I'm on it. I'm knocking out my goals. I'm doing what I need to do. So, moral of the story, get you an accountability partner. Let's see what's next. Key number 3. This is my favorite. Write the vision, right? Write the vision. There's a research study done by Harvard. It was done a long time ago, over 20 years ago, that showed students who wrote down their goals and their visions that they wanted to come true, it more than likely came to life. More than 97% of those students' visions came to life. But those students who did not write down their visions and their goals, they didn't make it happen. So there's a Bible verse that I like to meditate on. It's called Habakkuk 2:2-3. And it says, write the vision, make it plain. Though it tarries, write the vision, it will surely come to pass. I'm kind of giving a synopsis of the verse. And what that means is if you write the vision down, like write it in a journal on a piece of paper, that vision will surely come to pass. Though it may tarry meaning it may take a while, but it will surely come to pass as long as we write the vision. And this is a verse that I have to meditate on all the time because I'm the type of person I like instant gratification, right? So when I write my vision, I want it to come to life within the next month. Heck, I want it to come to life within the next week, but life just doesn't work like that, right? We don't always get what we want right away. Sometimes it takes time. So I have to meditate on this and say, okay, Shadana, you wrote this vision. God placed it in your heart. It's surely going to come to life. Then there's something called a blueprint/roadmap. That's helpful in writing the vision. So when you write the vision, it serves as a guide for a roadmap as to where you're going. Say, for instance, you're building a house from the ground up and you need a blueprint for that house. So you will work with an architecture to create the blueprint to build your home from the ground up. That architecture is then going to give the blueprint to the construction workers and to the builders. If the builders don't have the blueprint, they can't build the house because they don't know where to start. It's kind of like fashion. I talked about fashion in the beginning. Whenever a shirt is made, any type of garment, pants, skirt, jacket, there is something called a pattern. A pattern serves as a blueprint to sew that garment, put it together so it can be put in stores like Macy's, Dillard's, boutiques for you to purchase it and wear it. It's simply a blueprint, right? So make sure you have your blueprint. There also is something called a visual vision board. Let me go to the next slide. This is probably the most important thing to me, and this is key number 3, having a vision board. It can be words of affirmation. As you see, there's a picture with a lot of words. It can be a visual vision board with pictures. This is very important. I am a person that believes in manifesting everything on my vision board. I've been practicing the art of vision boards for about 7 years now, and the power that it has had over my life is amazing. It has been like a true transformation, I'm telling you. I would say at least 70% of everything I have on my vision board has come to life. So, disclaimer, transparency moment. I'm a single woman and I live alone. And most of my decorative art is vision boards around my house. I'm like, I need these vision boards because I have work to do. I need things to come to life. And because I've done that, I still have vision boards from a few years ago, 2 years ago on my wall. And I'm like, I got that done. I got that done. I got that done. All of these things came to life because I was able to look at it every day. And it reminded me that I still had work to do, right? So that's how I was able to make that come to life. But it's like making it come into fruition. Vision boards are so important. Let's see what's next. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And this is so true. You have to go after your dreams. You want to die with memories, not dreams. Remember that. That's a quote for y'all. Die with memories, not dreams. But if you have these dreams, and you want them to come to life, you have to put forth the action. You have to see the vision, as I, talked about in my first slide. It's so important. There's so many people that have dreams, and we go on social media. Not that everything on social media is real, but we see other people living out their dreams. But sometimes we feel stuck like we're not doing it. Well, you have to take action because, like Eleanor Roosevelt said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So I do have a little bonus tip for you. This one is take action. That's my key number 4, my bonus. And that means just be diligent in the things that you do. Don't overcomplicate it and focus on progression, not perfection. How many times we say, I'm going to record my first YouTube video, but I need to get good lighting, I need to get a camera, I need to do this. Sometimes you don't need all of that stuff to start out. You don't need a professional camera. Just use your iPhone or your Android phone. Sometimes you don't need to like write out an entire video. Sometimes just get on YouTube and just freestyle. That's the best videos because people feel like you're more relatable. And be diligent in the things that you do. Prioritize. Make sure that you're consistent. Consistency is the key, right? It's good for our head, and it's also good for the algorithm on social media. So the algorithm in our mind, consistency is key in the algorithm on social media. So I do want to tell you about my journey of coaching, something that helped me kind of get to where I am today. And I'm going to share maybe a minute story, less than that. So I worked with a coach to help me develop all of these things, maybe about 5 to 7 years ago, I would say. And it was literally my lowest point in life. I was dealing with a 4.5-year breakup. My car was being repossessed. I had lost my job. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and I had to evacuate the place I called home. Literally my lowest point. And I was like, oh my God, I knew I needed to do something. I knew I couldn't stay down. And all of these things had happened to me within a 3.5-month period. So rewind before these things started happening. I was like, I need to do something. Well, I had lunch with a friend, and she was telling me how she was working with a life coach and how she was really getting her life on track. And she was talking about it. I was like, oh, girl, that sounds interesting. So fast forward, when these things started happening to me, I was like, I need to do something. But I remember that lunch that I had with my friend, and she said she was working with a coach. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to hire a life coach. So I took the little money that I had and hired a life coach. And that was the beginning of my transformation. Like, the life coach really helped me with my mindset, like filtering what I take in my mind. Like, the music that I'm listening to makes a difference. Like, I started listening to more podcasts, listening to more healthy messages. That's what I want to say. And then also I started meditating more. Meditation is really just taking quiet time to yourself. I literally was meditating every day for an entire year. And when I tell you, the way it refreshed my mind, the way it got me on track, the way it reduced stress in my life was just like no other. I started speaking positive affirmations over my life. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am thoughtful. I am walking in my purpose. All of these things was literally the beginning of my transformation. So I kind of just wanted to share that with you. Let's see what's next. Women who invest in themselves go farther. This is so true. It's been so many times in my life where I've had those times where I didn't know what to do, where I was confused or I was stuck. And I was like, okay, let me invest in a coach. It was always working with a coach, a business coach, a financial coach, a life coach, or somebody, or taking some type of class. Sometimes it was detrimental to my finances. I'm going to be honest with you. But every time I invested in myself, it was worth it, guys. It was worth the investment. So keep that in mind. No matter what you do, whether you're reading more books, you're going to more networking events, you're connecting with more people, you done built up your LinkedIn page. Women who invest in themselves go farther. So if you're somebody, you're ready to start walking in your purpose, I can help you with that. What would it feel like to dream again? What would it feel like to be the woman that you aspire to be? What would it feel like to take those hidden dreams and make them come true, right? If that's something that you want to do, let me help you. Go ahead and book a discovery session. What I can do is I can add it on the screen. Book your discovery session now. There's the link on the page, but there's a way that I can add it to the presentation. Give me a second. Okay. Pulled it up now. So go ahead and book your 15-minute session. You can use the link or you can just click book now. Let's talk about it. What are those dreams you have hidden? What do you want to do? What are the things you're passionate about? Let's bring out those passions, because honestly, I'm at a place in my life where I only work with passion. And I attract a lot of people. I have friends that still work their 9 to 5s, which is beautiful. I love 9 to 5 jobs, but they're not happy. And they're like, Shadana, I want to get like you. I want to walk in my purpose. So I'm always here to help them. So what is it that you aspire to be that you're not already doing, but you're like, I just need some help. You just need like that little push. You just need that guidance, right? So that's my job, to serve as a guide, a support system, share resources with you, and just be your accountability partner and just help you get there. We all need help. We were made to live in community. We were not made to live alone, guys. So book your discovery session. And here are a few testimonials. I just put a few testimonials with clients that I've worked with in the past. And here's a girl named Ashley that I recently worked with. She talked about how the pandemic has been very challenging for her. And she's sure everyone can relate. I was so happy that I was able to connect with Shadana, because I really wanted someone that could help me get back on track. And that's just what she did. And not going to share too much of her story, but a lot of people went through many depressions during the pandemic. We are actually somewhat still in the pandemic, and we will be for several years now, but it's getting better, right? We've taken those action steps with masks and vaccinations, if you believe that's helpful, whatever you believe. We're not going to get into politics about that, but yes, everybody need that coach, because one thing we're seeing on social media now is how anxiety have increased, right? People are committing suicide. People are suffering in silence, and they're not even saying nothing. Here's Colleen Harris, who says, my life has positively changed by the professional influence of Shadana Miranda. She has given me customized strategies that help me to stay focused and on track to meet my target goals. She has been helpful in boosting my confidence in myself and building my morale. Because of the relationship that she has fostered, I trust her judgment as a coach. Her personal mentorship has been beyond inspirational, has been truly transformational. So this is just a few testimonies I want to share with people who have worked with me in the past. And like I said, if you're interested, go ahead and book that call. Book your free 15-minute call. And if you want to connect with me, I'm Influential Petite on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And you can also email me, info@influentialpetite.com. That's info@influentialpetite.com. Excuse me. But yeah, let's stay connected. Email me, send me a message, connect with me on social, shoot me a DM, or book your 15-minute session. Let's see how we can get you walking in your purpose, girl. Let's do it. I'm always willing to help out. And I just want to see women grow. Like I said, we were made to live in community, and we literally need each other. And so, yes, that's the presentation that I have. Let me stop sharing my material. And let me know if you have any questions by just sending me a message. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to stop sharing this presentation, and I'm going to say bye-bye. Give you a smooches. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Make sure you send me an email. I love you for watching, and thank you. And I'm back. Now you just get to see my full pretty face without a presentation. Okie dokie.